Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode corporate filings so you don't have to. This time we are diving into ProPhase Labs' latest filing. It's like trying to solve a puzzle, but instead of fun pictures we get financial jargon. Get ready to decode the secrets hidden within and hopefully not fall asleep while doing it. Galv, in this video we will explore ProPhase Labs' annual report. Looking at everything from executive pay to potential risks, we will try to get a clear picture of how well the company is doing. First off, this isn't their normal report. It's an amendment or a change to their original annual report. They are adding information that was missing about who is on the board, how much executives get paid, and some other details. They were planning to include this in their proxy statement, which is a document for shareholders, but they didn't file it on time, so they're adding it now. Let's look at the people in charge. Ted Karkus is the chairman and chief executive officer. He has been in that role since 2009. There's also Louis Gleckel, a doctor who's been a director since 2009, and Warren Hirsch, who joined the board in 2019. These are the people steering the ship, so to speak. It's worth noting that the same person, Ted Karkus, holds both the CEO and chairman positions. The company thinks this works best for them right now, but it could change in the future. Some companies separate these roles to provide more oversight. The board of directors has committees to handle specific tasks. The audit committee makes sure the company's finances are in order. The compensation committee decides how much the executives get paid. And the nominating and corporate governance committee finds and recommends new people for the board. Now let's talk about executive pay. This is always an interesting topic. We'll focus on the summary compensation table, which shows how much the top executives made. In 2024, Ted Karkus, the CEO, made a total of $2,123,200. This includes a salary of $600 and ended $12,020 in option awards. Jed Latkin, who is the chief operating officer, made $1,772,200. The filing also notes that the stock options granted to executives have exercise prices above the current market price, meaning they are not immediately valuable. They only become valuable if the company's stock price increases. The company's compensation committee wants to attract talented executives, motivate them to achieve goals, and reward them for good performance. They try to align the executives' interests with those of the shareholders, so everyone is working toward the same goals. There's also a clawback provision in the CEO's employment agreement. This means that if the company has to restate its financial results because of misconduct by the CEO, he might have to pay back some of his bonus or stock awards. In a more recent move from this year, Ted Karkus has agreed to defer some of his salary until the company sells its subsidiary Nebbia Genomics or collects certain outstanding payments. Other senior managers have done the same. This shows they are committed to the company's success and maybe they really a successful future for ProPhase Labs. Here's a key part, the pay versus performance section. This is where we see how executive compensation lines up with the company's actual performance. It compares what the executives were paid with metrics like total shareholder return and net income. In 2024, the company had a net loss of $53,364,000. In 2023, the net loss was $16,782,000. So the company lost more money in 2024. Despite the net loss in 2024, the CEO's compensation was reported to be $497,223, $453,453, These averaged $80,23,453, $453,453, so the company lost more money in 2024. Despite the net loss in 2023 and $27,002, and the other top executives averaged $80,23,453, $453,453, $453,453, averaged $80,23,453, $3,453,453, In 2024, if you invested $100 in the company, your return would be $7.86. On the other hand, in 2023, a $100 investment would yield almost $47 back. It is important to remember that historical performance isn't necessarily what is going to happen in the future. The non-employee directors get paid for their service on the board. They receive a cash retainer and stock options. In 2024, Louis Gleckel and Warren Hirsch each received a cash payment of $26,253,000 in option awards. Now let's look at who owns the company's stock. Ted Karkus owns 76% of the company's stock. Louis Gleckel owns 1.0%. Warren Hirsch also owns a portion of the stock. This shows how much of the company is owned by its leaders. There's also information on the company's equity compensation plans, which are used to grant stock options and other stock-based awards to employees and directors. These plans are meant to encourage employees to work hard and help the company grow. The company also discloses any transactions with related parties, like family members of executives. Jason Karkus, who is the son of Ted Karkus, is the president of Nebula Genomics, a subsidiary of ProPhase Labs. He receives a salary of ProPhase Labs. He receives a salary, bonus, and other compensation. The company also reports the fees paid to its accountants. In 2024, the company paid $454,000 in audit fees. Finally, the filing includes a list of exhibits, which are documents that provide additional information. These include the company's certificate of incorporation bylaws and employment agreements. For now, let's step back and look at the big picture. ProPhase Labs seems to be going through a transition. The company lost more money in 2024 than it did in 2023. Despite these losses, executive compensation remained high, especially when considering that the share value dropped. Also, it is important to note that executives agreed to defer their compensation. There are definitely some risks to keep in mind. The company needs to improve its financial performance. Overall, ProPhase Labs is a company with potential, but it faces some challenges. Whether they can overcome these challenges remains to be seen. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. What do you think about ProPhase Labs' financial performance? Let me know in the comments below.